Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're going to discover what happens when single mom Diep faces one terrifying night in the NICU as baby Anna's tiny hand grabs hers and changes everything. Can she, Nye, and retired CEO James really become a family? If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next videos. Diep forced her eyes open. The ceiling blurred, then steadied. Her stomach burned where the stitches pulled. An IV tugged at the back of her hand. For one wild second, she thought, maybe I'm still pregnant. Maybe it was just a bad dream. Then she felt it, the heavy bandage, the emptiness where the baby had been. Her hand flew to her belly. "Anna," she whispered, "where is my baby?" A chair scraped the floor. "I'm here," James said, jumping up. His silver hair was a mess, his shirt wrinkled. "You're awake, Diep?" "I didn't ask about me," she rasped. "Where is my baby?" Before he could answer, the door swung open. A nurse stepped in, breathing a little faster than normal. "Ms. Diep," she said, "the NICU just called. Anna had a desaturation episode. Her oxygen dropped. They're adjusting her support now." Everything inside Diep went cold. "Is she dying?" she asked. "We don't know yet," the nurse replied gently. "They're working on her right now. I'll come back with..." "No." Diep tried to sit up. Pain exploded across her abdomen, white hot and blinding. She gasped, fingers clawing at the sheet. James caught her shoulders. "Hey, easy. You just had surgery. You can't stand." "My daughter can't breathe," she cried, panic rising like a wave. "I won't stay in this bed while she dies down the hall." The nurse hesitated only a heartbeat, then nodded once. "Okay. Wheelchair. But you do not walk. That part is not negotiable." 2 minutes later, they were rushing down the corridor, fluorescent lights blurring overhead. Diep hunched in the wheelchair, one arm wrapped around her middle, the other gripping the armrest so hard her knuckles turned white. James walked right behind her, one hand firm on the handles, jaw tight. The NICU doors slid open with a soft hiss. Inside, the air felt too bright, too clean. Beeps overlapped in strange rhythms. Nurses moved quickly but calmly, like people who'd learned to run without ever looking like they were running. "Anna," the nurse called. "Bed 6. They stopped at a tiny incubator. Diep's heart almost stopped. Anna looked even smaller than before. A larger mask covered her nose. Wires crossed her chest like thin vines. A doctor squeezed a tiny oxygen bag, pushing air into that tiny body. "Miss Diep?" A woman in scrubs turned toward her. "I'm Dr. Harper. Anna's oxygen dropped. We're giving her assisted breaths. She is responding." "Responding?" Diep repeated. "Is she going to live?" Dr. Harper didn't sugarcoat. "Right now she's fighting, and we're fighting with her. These next hours are critical." Hours, Diep thought. Not days, not weeks. Just hours between her child and nothing. "Can I touch her?" she asked. "2 fingers through this opening," Dr. Harper said, opening a small port in the incubator. "No pressure. Just let her feel you." Diep slid her trembling hand in. The air inside felt warmer. Her fingertips brushed Anna's arm, soft, impossibly small. "Hi, Anna," she whispered. "It's Mom. I'm here. I'm so sorry, Con. I'm so sorry you have to fight this hard." For a horrible moment, nothing happened. Then Anna's tiny fingers twitched, searching. Slowly, they curled around the tip of Diep's finger. James let out a breath like someone had punched him. "She grabbed you," he said, voice rough. "She's holding on." On the monitor, the numbers shifted, still fragile, but a little more stable. "See that?" Dr. Harper nodded at the screen. Her heart rate just calmed down. She knows you. Tears blurred everything. Can she hear me? Diep asked. Oh yes, the doctor said. Talk to her. Tell her what you want her to stay for. Diep took a shaky breath that pulled at every stitch. Anna, she whispered. You have a big sister at home. Her name is Nai. She already drew you pictures and argued with me about which blanket you'll like. She thinks you're a superhero. You don't have to be. You just have to stay. Stay and cry and keep me up at night, okay? That's all I want. James stepped closer, his hand braced on the wheelchair. Hey, little one, he said softly. It's James. I'm the old guy with the bad jokes. If you come home, I promise I'll learn better ones. I'll read every story Nai chooses, even the boring ones, if you're there to listen. For a few minutes, the world shrank to that little box. A baby's fist on a mother's finger, a monitor singing its thin, mechanical song, a man holding his breath. Then another alarm shrieked. Anna's oxygen numbers dipped again. One of the nurses moved in fast. Her saturation is dropping, she said. We need to adjust her support. Mom, I'm sorry, you have to step back. No, Diep said instantly. She just calmed down. Please let me stay. Ms. Diep, Dr. Harper said, firm but kind. We need space to work. You staying calm nearby will help her more than you panicking right here. Give us 5 minutes. James's hand closed over Diep's. We'll be right outside, he murmured. You're not leaving her. You're letting them help her. Slowly, painfully, Diep slid her fingers away. Anna's hand clenched once in the air, then went still as a nurse adjusted the mask. I'll be right behind this glass, Diep whispered. Don't you dare leave me, Anna. I came too far for that. James turned the wheelchair toward the door. The beeping grew muffled as they rolled into the hallway. The instant the door closed, Diep folded forward as far as her incision allowed, arms wrapped around her middle, shoulders shaking. This is my fault, she said. I couldn't keep her inside. I wasn't even awake when she was born. Every baby that touches my life breaks. Stop, James said quietly. You don't know my past, she snapped. You didn't hear what people said when I lost my first baby. You didn't see how fast they blamed me. I don't need every detail to know this is not your fault, he replied. People are very good at blaming women for things nobody controls. I'm not adding my voice to that. Her eyes filled again. James, if she dies, I don't know how I'm supposed to breathe. He crouched in front of the wheelchair so she had to look at him. If she dies, he said softly, I will sit on this floor with you until we figure out the next breath. If she lives, and I believe she will, I'll be there every night when you get up to check if she's still breathing. Either way, you are not doing this alone. Her phone buzzed weakly in the pocket of her gown. James checked the screen. It's Nai. Diep closed her eyes. I can't pretend everything is okay. You don't have to pretend, he said. Let her love you too. She hesitated, then nodded. Put her on speaker. Nai's face filled the screen, hair wild, eyes too big. Mom! Uncle James! Is Anna okay? She blurted. I had a dream the hospital was shaking. The hospital is not shaking, James said gently. We're okay, sweetheart. You don't look okay, Nai said. Your eyes are red. Diep swallowed. Anna is having a hard time breathing, she said. The doctors are helping her. Is she coming home? Nai whispered. I don't know yet, Diep admitted. Right now, we just know she's fighting. Nai went quiet. Her chin trembled. Can I talk to her? She asked. Even if she can't hear me? Diep looked at the closed NICU doors. Yes, she said. Say what you want to tell her. I'll remember every word. Nye took a deep, shaky breath. Hi, Anna, she said. It's your big sister. I already put half my toys in a box so you don't have to share with too many people, just me. I made a space in our closet for your clothes. I don't want to put it all back, so you have to stay. Okay? That's our deal. A small, broken laugh slipped out of Diep. And also, Nye added quickly, Mom smiled different when you were inside. I want that smile back, so please stay. I'm not done being a big sister yet. The hallway blurred as tears spilled over again. Thank you, baby, Diep whispered. You helped more than you know. After the call, they sat in silence, both staring at the NICU doors as if they could see through them. Minutes stretched. Nurses moved in and out. The world kept going while their lives held still. Finally, Dr. Harper stepped out. Diep's fingers dug into the armrests. Tell me. Anna is more stable again, the doctor said. We turned her oxygen up and adjusted her support. She responded. These first 24 hours are a roller coaster. She scared us, but right now, she's with us, and she's fighting. Is she suffering? Diep asked in a small voice. She's uncomfortable, Dr. Harper said honestly. But babies are resilient. She rests between the hard parts. That's when we'll let you visit again. Short, calm visits. Your voice helps her more than you think. When will you know if she's really safe? James asked. If we get through tonight without another major drop, Dr. Harper said, I'll breathe easier. So will you. When the doctor walked away, the words hung in the air. Tonight. Everything narrowed to that. Diep leaned her head back against the wall, eyes on the closed doors. Tonight, she whispered. Everything comes down to tonight. James sat in the chair beside her and took her hand. Then tonight, he said, we wait together. On the other side of the glass, machines kept beeping around a baby named Anna. In the hallway, a mother and a man who had chosen to stay sat shoulder to shoulder, holding on to fear and hope, and the thin thread that tied all four of them together. Whatever tomorrow brought, this night would change everything. By the time the sky outside the hospital turned pale gray, Diep felt like she had aged 10 years. She must have drifted off at some point, head tipped against the wall, James's jacket over her shoulders. The sound of footsteps brought her back. Miss Diep? She jerked awake. Dr. Harper stood in front of them, chart in one hand, a takeout coffee in the other. There were lines under her eyes, but this time her mouth was curved in a real smile. Diep's fingers dug into the armrest. Tell me. Anna made it through the night, Dr. Harper said. Her oxygen stayed stable. We were able to turn her support down. She's still fragile, but she's doing the work herself now. For a moment, the words didn't land. Then Diep's hand flew to her mouth. A sob escaped before she could stop it. She stayed, she whispered. She stayed, the doctor said. You did the hardest part. Now we move from crisis to care. James let out a breath that sounded like it had been trapped in his chest all night. He leaned forward, elbows on his knees. So she's out of danger, he asked. She's out of immediate danger, Dr. Harper said. But she'll need time. Premature babies don't rush. We'll walk with her step by step. She looked at Diep. Want to come see her breathe on her own? She asked. The NICU felt different that morning. The beeps were still there, but they didn't sound like alarms anymore. More like background music. Anna lay under a gentler light. the mask replaced by soft tubes at her nose. Her chest rose and fell in a steady rhythm. "She looks bigger," Diep whispered. Dr. Harper smiled. "That's just the mother in you seeing hope. But yes, she's already a little stronger. Can I hold her?" The question came out barely audible. "Not today," the doctor said, "but soon. And when that day comes, you'll feel her whole body relax against you. It will be worth every minute of this." Diep slid her hand through the opening. Anna's fingers found her like they remembered the path. "Hey, little fighter," she murmured. "You scared me. Don't do that again, okay?" Behind her, James rubbed a hand over his face, trying to hide the moisture in his eyes and failing. "She didn't just fight," he said. "You did too." Diep didn't answer. She only bent closer, letting a tear fall onto the edge of the blanket. The days began to blur. Morning rounds, numbers on a screen, milliliters of milk, tiny diapers. Sometimes Anna's progress was obvious. A tube removed, a monitor silenced, a nurse grinning as she announced, "She gained an ounce!" Sometimes it was invisible. A quieter night, a little less tension in her breathing, the way she settled faster when she heard her mother's voice. One afternoon, a nurse appeared at the door of Diep's room with a wide grin. "Ready?" she asked. "For what?" Diep's heart jumped. "For this," the nurse said, wheeling in a reclining chair. "Today you're holding your daughter." They walked back to the NICU slowly. James carried a blanket that smelled like home, like his kitchen, like laundry, like Nye's shampoo. They settled Diep into the chair. The nurse lifted Anna from the crib with practiced hands, moving the wires aside. "Deep breath," she told Diep. "Let your shoulders drop. Babies feel everything we feel." Then she laid Anna against her mother's bare chest, skin to skin. For a moment, fear screamed louder than anything else. Anna was so light, so small. What if she slipped? What if a wire snagged? Then the baby made a soft sound, more sigh than cry, and curled into the warmth like she'd been searching for it. The monitor line, which had been twitching nervously, flattened into a smoother pattern. "Oh," Diep breathed. It wasn't even a word. It was a prayer she didn't know she knew. James sat in the chair beside them, silent. He watched the two of them like a man memorizing a sunrise. "You look like you've been doing that forever," he said quietly. "I'm terrified," she whispered back. "My arms are shaking." He smiled. "That's what courage looks like. Shaking, but staying." At home, Nee lived on video calls. "Show me her foot," she would demand. "Show me her hair. Does she like the song I practiced?" In the NICU, Diep would tilt the phone carefully. "See?" she'd say. "She kicked when you started singing." "That means she likes it," Nye would declare. "Or that she hates my voice, but I choose likes." James became a permanent fixture in the unit. Nurses started greeting him by name. Some days he read aloud from worn children's books. Other days he just sat, big hands folded, listening as Diep whispered Vietnamese lullabies her own mother had sung in a house with no machines at all. One evening, after a long day of tiny victories, James brought 2 paper cups of bad coffee and sat beside her. "You know," he said, "I've been in a lot of important meetings in my life. Boardrooms, hotels, private jets. I never knew the most important room I'd ever wait in would be a hallway outside the NICU." Diep looked at him, tired and soft at the edges. "I never thought anyone would wait with me," she said. "That's the part that still feels unreal." He held her gaze. "Get used to it," he said gently. "I don't plan on going anywhere." She didn't say the words back. Not yet. But she let his promise sit there, next to the beeping monitors and the smell of disinfectant, like a seed waiting for spring. 3 weeks after that terrible night, Dr. Harper met them with a different kind of chart. "So," she said, flipping it around, "let's talk about going home." "Home?" Diep echoed. "With Anna?" "Yes," the doctor said. "She's breathing on her own. She's eating well. She keeps pulling out the monitors like she's bored with us. That's usually our cue." James laughed, a short, relieved sound. "There are a few things we have to check first," Dr. Harper continued. "Car seat test, hearing test, a million forms. But yes, Miss Diep, we're preparing to send you all out of here." Diep's joy tangled with something else. Fear. "In here, she has machines," she said. "Numbers, alarms. Out there, it's just me. And me," James added. "And you," she admitted. "But you don't come with monitors either." Dr. Harper's eyes softened. "Every parent feels that way leaving the NICU," she said. "You've been trained to listen for danger in every beep. Going home will feel too quiet. You'll miss the noise you hated." "That sounds crazy," Diep said. "It sounds human," the doctor replied. "You'll learn a new kind of listening. To her breathing, to your own body telling you when you need rest, to the people who offer help and actually mean it." She glanced between them. "You're not walking out of here alone, Miss Diep. That changes everything." The day they finally dressed Anna in a real outfit, the whole room felt lighter. She wore a tiny pink onesie with stars on it, still too big, but closer. Her hair stuck up in soft, dark tufts. "Okay, young lady," the nurse said, settling her into the car seat for the test. "You pass this. You earn your freedom." From the hallway, Nye stared at the screen of James's phone. "She looks like a potato," the girl whispered. "But a very cute potato." "Do you remember when you were this small?" James asked. "I was never that small," Nye said firmly. "I was born bossy." The monitor above Anna showed a steady line. Her oxygen stayed up. Her heart rate bumped along in a calm, sleepy rhythm. "She's doing great," the nurse said. "She really wants out." Diep could hardly stand still. "Don't jinx it," she whispered. "If someone says perfect, I'll scream." But the test finished. The nurse smiled. Papers were signed. Instructions were repeated, twice, 3 times, until even James could recite them. And then, just like that, they wheeled Anna out of the NICU doors, the same way they had wheeled Diep in on that first terrifying day. Except this time, the wheelchair held a mother and her baby together. Outside the hospital, the air smelled like exhaust and fresh coffee and something else. Ordinary life going on. Nye waited by the entrance, holding a homemade sign with crooked letters, "Welcome home, Anna." When she saw them, she froze, then hurried forward and stopped just short, remembering the rules. "Is that her?" she whispered, eyes huge. "That's her," Diep said. Nye looked into the car seat. Anna blinked sleepily, unimpressed by the fanfare. "She's real," Nye breathed. "Hi, roommate, I did my part. Now you stay." Diep laughed, the sound shaky but real. James opened the car door. "All right, ladies. Let's go home before I start crying and embarrass myself in front of the whole parking lot." "You already look like you cried," Nye observed. "That's just allergies," he muttered. James's house looked different this time. Last time Diep arrived there, she carried one suitcase and a heart full of fear. Now she stepped in with a baby on her chest, a child tugging her sleeve, and a man holding the door like it was the most important job he'd ever had. The living room smelled like clean laundry and something warm in the oven. Nye ran ahead to the small room they'd prepared. Crib, second-hand rocking chair. Nye's drawings taped all over the wall. "Look, Anna," she said, bouncing back. "You have your own bed, but you can sleep with Mom if you get scared. I do that sometimes too." Diep laid Anna gently in the crib. For a moment, the silence felt too big. No monitors, no alarms, just the soft rasp of tiny breaths. Her chest tightened. "What if I miss something?" she whispered. "What if she stops breathing and I don't hear?" James stood beside her, hands in his pockets. "You're going to check her 100 times a night," he said. "You're going to wake up at every little sound. And if you don't, I probably will. Between the two of us, this kid doesn't stand a chance of not being watched." She smiled, tears in her eyes. "I'm not used to someone saying, 'between the two of us,'" she admitted. "It was always, 'You have to handle it, Diep. You chose this.'" He looked at her, really looked, like he was memorizing her standing there between the crib and the drawings and the life she'd built the hard way. "Well," he said softly, "I'm choosing this too. I'm choosing you. Nye, Anna, one day at a time, if you'll let me." Her throat closed. The old fear rose. Good things don't last. People leave. Houses become places you're thrown out of. But then she thought of that long night in the NICU, of his jacket around her shoulders, of his hand steady on the wheelchair, of the way he had looked at Anna like she was a miracle and not a burden. Very slowly, she nodded. "One day at a time," she agreed. "Today, we are home. Today, she is breathing. Today, Nye is already planning to steal her socks. That's enough." James's shoulders dropped, just a little, like he'd been waiting for those words. "Welcome home, Ms. Diep," he said. "All of you." Anna sighed in her sleep, as if agreeing. Nye flopped onto the rug with a pile of picture books. The house, once quiet, now hummed with low, messy living noise. For the first time in a long time, when Diep looked around, she didn't single mom. Diep wakes after emergency surgery to learn her premature baby, Anna, is fighting for every breath in the NICU. Alarms scream, doctors rush, and Lai blames herself, terrified history is repeating. By her side, retired CEO James refuses to leave, holding her together as they wait through critical hours, while little Nye sends heartbreaking messages to the sister she's never met. Anna's tiny hand finally curls around her mother's finger, and slowly the monitors calm. Weeks of fragile progress follow. Skin-to-skin contact, night visits, and small victories measured in ounces. At last, Anna is strong enough to go home. Crossing James's doorway with both daughters, Lai doesn't just survive another disaster. She steps into the fragile beginning of a chosen family, daring to believe this time love might stay, no matter what storms might come.